Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having me here. This is a very pivotal session. I thought the last half an hour, 1 hour was very educative for me. Learned a lot. Bangladesh is changing. I think that's the most important thing. For me, a lot has been said and done today. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of my personal story because it's related to Bangladesh, and then hopefully move into really the fabric of the future. At the outset, my heartfelt thanks to HSBC, to BIDA, to all the honorary guests here. Mahbub Bhai, when he calls me, I have no choice but to arrive here. So thank you so much. So let's just say that I came here in 1985 at the age of 20 and was given $5,000 by my company to set up an office in Bangladesh. I used to roam around in a three-wheeler. Mahbooba, you will remember that. And with 135 kilos, it was very easy to navigate because if I moved left, the baby taxi moved left. So those were my early days, and I've seen Bangladesh grow up. I think when I came here, Baridara didn't exist, Uttara didn't exist. So it's great to see how this city and how this country has grown. When I first came here, we did not have a washing plant, and I would see factories rinsing their clothing on the ceiling or not having an embroidery machine. From that, where have we come? So where have we come and where do we want to go? I think these are the two clear messages that I would like to drive today. Is I think what we have achieved, what we have done, the evolution of the apparel industry in Bangladesh compared to a country like India, a larger economy, a very large workforce. If you compare the two, Bangladesh is far ahead. Should we rest on those laurels or should we think for the future? Because I feel whatever we've done is history, but it's a foundation that has been laid for the future. I think that distinctly, I had written a lot about tariffs today, but unfortunately Trump's changed my speech when I woke up this morning. But that being said and done, the 10% yet has to be dealt with. I believe we work globally. We have factories all around the world. Bangladesh has the ability to gain advantage out of these tariffs. We have the ability, and I can see the kind of people that we have in the government which can take us back to 0%. Whether it's increasing the import or smaller things, but I know that we have a good pedestal to negotiate versus countries like Vietnam and Cambodia, which are very heavily Chinese invested. So I hope that the government over the next 3 months can help us get relief from this 10%, but obviously they've done a lot already. Let's leave the tariffs aside. The question on the tariffs is who's going to pay? Is the brand going to pay? Is the consumer going to pay? Or are we going to pay? Very strenuous conversations, as we know. The consumer is very averse to any increase in retail, but these will be strenuous conversations that we all need to have over the next few months. Really, there are two machineries working in Bangladesh, and one is the government machinery and what they can do to take Bangladesh forward, and we heard so many good things today. And then there's what we can do as a manufacturer. And whether it's the government or whether it's the entrepreneurs and the manufacturers, I say you worked hard. Let's work smart now. We see when I started business here in '85, when I worked with over 1,000 factories in outsourcing, everybody that I dealt was 50% from the army, 20% were professors, 10% were engineers. So I was going around and asking, are there any entrepreneurs here, any businessmen? But that was the first generation of businessmen. And today comes in very highly educated second generations that can take all this forward, all the hard work that has been done. As a company, we believe that improvement is continuous. You have to pursue the best, the relentless pursuit of better. And there are some things that we all talk about: product innovation and trends. Vendors must diversify their products, share trend insights, focus on fabric elevation, and localize for agility. Lot of potential in this one paragraph. If we import more US yarn, as part of our discussions with the US government, and if you use 20%, as if it's more than 20%, you are going to get a tariff rebate on that 20%. These are all things that we have to look at the executive orders and adjust ourselves. Today, as factories, where do we want to go next? We just heard Mr. Kiak Sung. He is 30% automated. How much are you automated? How much automation do you want to go for? At the end of the day, we need to use the labor in Bangladesh, but there are a lot of operations that we have to de-skill. Do we have a shortage of labor? I'm sorry, in my opinion, there is no shortage of labor. There is a shortage of trained labor. As a company, we have embarked on a 90-day induction and training schedule. This does not only entail machine training, but various methods of bringing these workers into our industries ready not only to be efficient as a worker, but to preserve the culture of our company. And this is what we are going to do worldwide. We are just launching a 1.6 million square feet factory in India, and we will adopt the same. Today we are paperless as a company, in the sense every machine has an RFID, every supervisor has an app, and we are able to see quality, absenteeism, you name it, on an app. I have it on my phone right now. And it takes a lot to make this change, as you know, any of these changes, but that intel, that data allows you to run your business better. Quality and speed are very important. Let's not downplay the word quality. I'm sure a lot of people here work with a customer called Uniqlo, and they're very tough on our factories, and they drive zero defects. And we achieve it. And most of our factories rejected it when we started, but we were hell-bent on achieving it. And today we add a new factory every year for them. And if you go into their store, the buzzword in the world is that Uniqlo is the best quality and value for money. So I just take that name as an example that can be done, because if we elevate our quality, that is the only way we are going to attract the more high-profile brands into our country. Speed, agility, nimbleness, so important. Yes, we can localize the fabric, but we yet got to deal with the 3 weeks in the port. What are we going to do in the meanwhile? How much time do we take to make an order? Do we take 45 days? Do we take 30 days? Can we bring it down to 15 days? Can some part of it be 7 days? Today, the biggest pain point in the industry 2 years ago was the highest inventories that the customers had. They stopped buying, they cut down their buying because they had huge inventories. Today, no customer is going to buy big inventories. They want to react to sales. How can we react to sales? Maybe the bonded warehouse can help, but maintaining some stocks in our factory can help. So really, we have to think smart, on how we can bring speed and agility, and with what the government does over a period of time, those things would become easier. But we yet have a part to play now. We yet have a part to play in the next evolution of Bangladesh, a country that I firmly believe in, a country where I lived for 17 years and have a huge attachment with. Digitization and AI, we spoke about the RFID, but how digitized are we? I mean, I look at our banks and I use my app. I'm not very tech savvy and I can do anything with the app. Send money, receive money, see my statement, borrow money, you know what I mean? I can do anything with it, receive promotions, receive news. Why can't I run my company digitally? Why can't the owners of the company get a whole overview of their company, including their financial data, within 15, 20 minutes? The days of the PowerPoint have gone. The days of the one page have come, but that one page is on an iPad or a tablet or an iPhone. Sorry, I make my points very strongly because I believe this is where we can evolve as a country to the next level. Let me tell you that I've been asked, and I'm sure very soon a lot of people will be asked by customers for your financials. Audited financials by the Big Four. Because they hear news about factories not paying salaries, factories going under. They want to work with reliably financial companies. So that's another requirement that's coming in, and these kinds of due diligence are going to come in when the market is tough, when we see so much global change in the economy. Lastly and finally, I'd like to talk about sustainability, as this is very, very close to my heart. I met a lot of people in Dhaka, in Chittagong, in Hong Kong, and they get scared of sustainability. Oh my God, so much investment. I got to buy solar panels, I got to buy semiconductors, I got to buy this, I got to buy that. Every single investment you make in sustainability, if you do it smart, there is an ROI attached to it. If you are successful in that ROI, it is going to bring down the cost of your company. So keep sustainability close to your heart, because you are doing two things. You are improving your business, long-term financially, and we are doing a very, very small part in changing the climate change in the world. Bangladesh really has been the foundation. You know, I think we ourselves as a company have 2 Leeds platinum factories. One of them was the highest in the world, just got displaced to number 2, unfortunately. But is the Leeds certification the end all? Because the measuring tools for sustainability are being evolved by the customer all the time. Is it only the Higgs index? Is it only the Leeds? There are various packs being formed. Today you are going to have people go into the depth of your sustainability, and please do it because you are proud. As a foreign investor in Bangladesh since 1985, now having several factories in Bangladesh, I am deeply grateful to the government, both the past governments and the current governments. For us, we have seen an ease of business. Yes, we have to deal with bureaucracy. Yes, we have to deal with a lot of paperwork, which I'm sure will improve over time based on what we have heard today. But it's been a smooth journey for us. And if I was to hold an event like this in Hong Kong, I would tell all investors Bangladesh should be your first destination. Thank you so much.